surprise, and I can't think of anything to dream about. I can't find anywhere to hide. And when I'm hanging on by the rings around my eyes, and I convince myself I need another, and for a minute it gets easier to pretend that you were just some lover. When I'm pipe and slippers and rocking chair, singing dreadful songs about summer, well, I found a better method of pretending you were just some lover. Well, I found a better method of pretending you were just some lover. Dancing in my underpants, I'm gonna run for government, I'm gonna form a covers band and all. Back there by the baby grand, did Mr. Winter Wonderland say, "Come here kid, we really need to talk"? Bear with me man, I lost my train of thought. I fantasize, I call it quits, I swim with the economists, and I get to the bottom of it for good. By the time reality hits, the chimes of freedom fell to bits, the shining city on the fritz. They come out of the cracks, thirsty for blood. Finally gets prioritized, and you cry some of the hottest tears you ever cried, multiplied by 5. I suppose a singer must die. Sing-song round the money tree, this stunning documentary that no one else unfortunately saw. Such beautiful photography, it's worth it for the opening scene. I've been driving round listening to the score, or maybe I just imagined it all. I've played to quiet rooms like this before. Bear with me man, I lost my train of thought. living up, but it don't sound much like you, girl. I wanna grab both your shoulders and shake, baby, snap out of this. I get the feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of this. If I watch, don't continue to swing. I'm a fat lady, fancies having a sing. I'll be here waiting ever so patiently for you to snap out of this. Under a spell, you're hypnotized. Darling, how could you be so blind? Snap out. Under a spell, you're hypnotized. Darling, how could you be so blind? I wanna grab both your shoulders and shake, baby, snap out of this. I get the feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of this. If that watch don't continue to swing, I'm a fat lady, fancies having a sing. I'll be here waiting ever so patiently for you to snap out of it.
One night sends it coursing through the veins. Oh, how the feeling races back up to their brains to form expressions on their stupid faces. They don't want to say hello like I want to say hello. Well, my heartbeat's at its peak when you're coming up to speak. I know I'm so tense, never tenser. Could all go a bit Frank Spencer. And I'm talking gibberish, tip of the tongue, but I can't deliver it properly. Always all getting on top of me, and if it were this dog, you see how red my face has gone, yeah. Everybody's trying to crack the jokes and that to make you smile. Those that claim that they're not showing up are drowning in denial, but they're not half as bad as me. Say anything and I'll agree, 'cause when it comes to acting up, I'm sure I could write the book. And now that you're more than a part in the play, it's slightly easier to think what to say. You had us all standing on our heads, doing our best tricks, yeah. Never again, never again, will there be another one quite as desirable as you. One look sends it coursing through the veins. Oh, how the feeling races back up to their brains to form expressions on their stupid faces.
Outside the cafe by the cracker factory, you were practicing a magic trick, and my thoughts got rude as you talked and chewed on the last of your pick and mix. Said you're mistaken if you're thinking that I haven't been cold before, as you bit into your strawberry lace. Then offered me your attention in the form of a gobstopper. It's all you had left and it was going to waste. Your pastimes consisted of the strange and twisted and deranged, and I loved that little game you had called Crying Lightning, and how you you like to aggravate the ice cream man on rainy afternoons. The next time that I caught my own reflection, it was on its way to meet you, thinking of excuses to postpone. You never looked like yourself from the side, but your profile could not hide the fact you knew I was approaching your throne. With folded arms you occupied the bench like toothache, stood and puffed your chest out like you'd never lost a war. I know I tried so not to suffer the indignity of reaction. There was no cracks to grasp or gaps to claw, and your pastimes consisted of the strange and twisted and deranged. And I hate that little game you had called Crying Lightning, and how you like to aggravate the icky man on rainy afternoons. Uninvited, but not half as impossible as everyone assumes you are. Crying lightning. Your pastimes consisted of the strange and twisted and deranged, and I ate that little game you had called Crying Lightning. Crying lightning. Crying lightning. Crying lightning. Your pastimes consisted of the strange and twisted and deranged, and I hate that little game you had called Crying. For a master of deception and subterfuge, you've made yourself quite the bed to lie in. Do your time traveling through the tanning booth, so you don't let the sun catch you crying. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. My teeth are beating and my knees are weak. It's as if there's something up with the wiring. Poke your head behind the mountain peak. Don't have to mean that you've gone into hiding. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. I'm watching your every move. I feel the tears are coming on. It won't be long. It won't be long. Straight from the cover shoot, steal a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. And I'm keeping on my costume and calling it a writing tool.
And if you're thinking of me, I'm probably thinking of you. Of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. There's still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. There's still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. There's still a trace of body paint on your legs and on your arms and on your face. So predictable, I know what you're thinking. Topless models doing semaphore, wave their flags as she walks by and get ignored. Illuminations on a rainy day, when she walks her footsteps sing a reckless serenade. I've been trying to figure out exactly what it is I need. Called up to listen to the voice of reason and got the answering machine. The type of kisses where teeth collide, when she laughs the heavens hum a stun-gun lullaby. Twinkling vixens with the shining spiral eyes, their hypnosis goes unnoticed when she's walking by. I've been trying to figure out exactly what it is I need. Called up to listen to the voice of reason and got his answer in the machine. I left my message, but did he forget back to me? And now I'm stuck still wondering how it's meant to be. Singing a reckless serenade, reckless serenade, reckless serenade, reckless serenade. Reckless serenade, reckless serenade.
A mirror's image, it tells me it's home time, but I'm not finished, 'cause you're not by my side. And as I arrived, I thought I saw you leaving, carrying your shoes. Decided that once again I was just dreaming of bumping into you. Now it's 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to change your mind. Left you multiple missed calls, and to my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? High. Why'd you only call me when you're high? Somewhere darker, talking the same shite. I need a partner. Well, are you out tonight? It's harder and harder to get you to listen. More I get through the gears, incapable of making alright decisions and having bad ideas. Now it's 3 in the morning, and I'm trying to change your mind. Left you multiple missed calls, and to my message you replied. Why'd you only call me when you're high? High. Why'd you only call me when you're high? And I can't see you, you wonder where am I? It sort of feels like I'm running out of time. I haven't found what I was hoping to find. You said you gotta be up in the morning, gonna have an early night, and you're starting to bore me, baby. Why'd you only call me when you're high? Why'd you only ever phone me when you're high? Why'd you only ever phone me when you're high?
they might overstep the line, but you just cannot get angry in the same way. No, not in the same way. So not in the same way. Oh no, oh no, no.
Fools on parade, cavorts and carry on for waiting eyes that you would rather be beside than in front of. No, she's never been the kind to be hollowed by the steps.
How
Don't get emotional, that ain't like you. Yesterday's still leaking through the roof, but that's nothing new. I know I promised this is what I wouldn't do, but somehow giving it the old romantic fool seems to better suit the mood. So if you wanna walk me to the car, you ought to know I'll have a heavy heart. So can we please be absolutely sure that there's a Mirrorball? You're getting cynical and that won't do. I'd throw the rose tint back on the exploded view. Darling, if I were you, and how's that insatiable appetite for the moment when you look them in the eye and say, baby, it's been nice. So do you wanna walk me to the car? I'm sure to have a heavy heart. So can we please be absolutely sure that there's a Mirrorball for me? Oh, there'd better be a Mirrorball for me. To be one of the Strokes. Now look at the mess you made me make, hitchhiking with a monogrammed suitcase, miles away from any half-useful imaginary highway. I'm a big name in deep space, ask your mates, but Golden Boy's in bad shape. I found out the hard way that here ain't no place for dolls like you and me. Everybody's on a barge floating down the endless stream of great TV. 1984, 2019, maybe I was a little too wild in the 70s. Rocket ship grease down the cracks of my knuckles, karate bandana, warp speed cheek, hair down to there, impressive mustache. Love came in a bottle with a twist of cap. Let's all have a swig and do a hot laugh. So who you gonna call? The martini police. Baby, that isn't how they look tonight. Oh no, it took the light forever to get to your eyes. I just wanted to be one of those ghosts you thought that you could forget, and then I haunt you via the rear view mirror on a long drive from the back seat. But it's alright, 'cause you love me and you recognize that it ain't how it should be. Your eyes are heavy and the weather's getting ugly, so pull over, I know the place. Don't you know an apparition is a cheap date? What exactly is it you've been drinking these days? Jukebox in the corner, long hot summer. You got a film up on the wall and it's dark enough to dance. What do you mean you've never seen Blade Runner? Or maybe I was a little too wild in the 70s. Back down to earth with a lounge shimmer, shimmer. Elevator down to my make-believe residency. From the honeymoon suite, 2 shows a day, 4 nights a week. Easy money. So who you gonna call? The martini police. So who you gonna call? The martini police. Oh, baby, that isn't how it looks tonight. It took the light absolutely forever to get to your eyes. And as we gaze skyward, ain't it dark early? It's the star treatment. Yeah, as we gaze skyward, ain't it dark early? It's the star treatment. It's the star treatment. The star treatment. vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. I wanna be a Ford Cortina, I will never rust. If you like your coffee hot, Let me be a coffee pot. You call the shots, babe. I just wanna be yours. Secrets I have held in my heart are harder to hide than I thought. Maybe I just wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. I wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Wanna be yours. Let me be your lucky meter, and I'll never run out. Let me be the portable heater that y'all get cold without. I wanna be a steady lotion, hold your hair in deep devotion, at least as deep as the Pacific Ocean. I wanna be yours. Secrets I have held in my heart